morning. I'm not on my way to work. Oh, I'm on my way to go for a walk with my girlfriend before she leaves for a while. And I had another thought about the living in the now thing. Whoa. This morning I was waking up after I had a dream, and many of you know my mom passed all of a sudden a few weeks ago, and we had to go to Germany for the memorial. And so it's been a process. The grieving process is what it is. Most of the time I'm fine, and then sometimes I get sad out of the blue. So this morning I woke up after having a dream, running towards her. She was on a train with lots of other people, and my father was standing behind her, and running up to her and hugging her, and I was so happy in that moment to see her. And then I let go of her and I looked at her and I said, "But Mommy, you're dead." And she just stood there and smiled, and it was normal that she was there and I was hugging her. So I had all kinds of pain in my chest and wanted to cry, but I really didn't have the time because I had to go downstairs and feeding the kitties. They were yowling. So this was all happening simultaneously, me waking up and having that experience and sort of feeling the pain in my heart. And this brings me to what I wanted to share is the moment is not necessarily always presented to you with a clear-cut flavor. Yeah, no shit, they say, right? Of course not. But you can choose, okay? It's an onslaught. Every moment is actually an onslaught of emotions, of sensory input, of all kinds of different flavors, you know, people talking, sounds, sights, impressions. Every single moment is full of those. And when two are simultaneously happening, for example, the pain in the heart and you wanting to release it and cry, and also having to live life and feed kitties, then this is what I did, and this is what I suggest you do. Be very present again with your feeling of grief. Give it that attention and see if in that moment you can remember where it is and how it hurts and what it is exactly, but look for it in the body, okay? Don't go into the head. If you need later on to remember what you felt and it's not there in the body and you can think of the situation to make it be back in the body, okay. And I'll tell you in a second why you want to do that. But in that moment, if you don't have the luxury of actually dealing with whatever it is you are going through in that moment because you have to do something else, then I will make 2 more videos about that, how to deal with that in that moment. But for now, remember that feeling and then deal with the activity that you have to deal with. But then the important thing is to come back to it later, because otherwise you've distracted, you've put the lid on, you've stuffed it down, and unless you let it out at some point, it's going to be like a pressure cooker and it'll just blow up in your face at some point. And usually it's in places or times when really the person or the situation doesn't even warrant it. Okay, so then you deal with whatever. In this case, this morning I had to feed the kitties, and then I went upstairs, and then I was about to do my program, my meditation, but I had to first deal with that. And the best way to deal with it is to feel it in the body. Wise men and wise women have said this throughout the ages. When there is a strong emotion, feel where it is in the body and then attend to it in the body. It saves your psychology from down spiraling, from getting distracted, from blaming, from regretting, from hoping. Again, being present in the moment at that point simply means be present with the sensation in your body. And be there with your attention, and be there, and be there, and be there. It may move a little bit, it may get warmer, it may dissipate, it may change its intensity, But when you, again, who are you? Who are you? Who are you, right? You know who you are. You know you're not the pain. So when you, the light, source, transcendence, being, pure self, shines light, is present with, lends its attention to this particular sensation that is causing you to experience something other than yourself, because that's all it is, then you will have the ability to dissolve it, not in a like three-dimensional dualistic way, like get rid of or burn or cut or destroy or anything, but simply giving your attention, your light-filled attention, okay? You're nothing but light and love, by the way, in case you didn't know. So when that powerful, powerful light of yours shines into a tiny corner that may not experience light, guess what happens? Of course. What does Marshy say? When there's darkness, do we rant and rave and point fingers and get mad at it and shake our fist at it? No. We send our attention there. We shine the light. We give it love. That does not mean we make it more. Okay, there is always a little bit misunderstanding, I feel, amongst meditators that, oh, I don't want to put my attention on something bad. When you, the light, shines light in a corner that is still a little bit dark, it dissolves the darkness. After a while, you'll feel that, oh, underneath all that pain, there's nothing but self, there's nothing but light, there's nothing but love, there's nothing but sweetness and bliss. All right, so that was my input into how to handle when in the moment there is two things, a strong emotion and also something to be dealt with in the relative. All right, good. So that was it. I hope this helped you. It definitely helped me. It made my meditation afterwards much, much smoother. And anytime you have something that's overpowering and strong, feel it in the body and dissolve in the body with your attention, and you will notice that it's going away. You know how? In that you have different thoughts. You suddenly think, oh, I want to go, do laundry. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm cold. I have to remember to do this and that. That indicates that this particular instance of pain, of dissolution, is done for the moment. All right? Good. So now you have that little nugget, and I don't know if there's more. Could be. I will give you a couple more videos about how to dissolve something really quickly too. All right, I gotta sign off now, and sending my love, and see you soon. Bye-bye.